Hi everyone, Jacqueline here with Scarves for Rigby, and due to popular request I've decided to go ahead and make a video on how to crochet a classic slip-on dog bandana. This is an original design, and let me show you a few examples. This is a watermelon bandana, a donut applique sewn onto the bandana. Here's a paw print, smiley face, and another donut. The thing that I love the most about the slip-on dog bandanas is that they're just that. You slip them on right over your dog's head. You don't have to fuss with tying it around their neck or buttoning it or, sewing on Velcro or anything like that. This is a size extra small, and this will be the size that I'll be showing you how to make on today's video. For that, you'll need a letter I, or a 5.5 millimeter hook, and a pair of cutting shears, as well as yarn. In this tutorial, I'm using Karen yarn, and it is a 4 medium. For the extra small bandana, the diameter is going to be 13 inches. This would be for a dog who wears a size 10 to 12 inch collar. And we want to make sure we're making it with an extra inch of room. That way it's not too tight. To get started, you'll want to chain 37. And once you have a chain of 37, just measure it real quick and make sure that when it's stretched out, it equals 13 inches. We'll be joining our foundation chain. So lay it flat and make sure that it's not twisted. And we want the right side up, meaning that the back side of the work, where all the ridges are, would be laying flat, would be laying on the table, against the table. Okay, and the right side is facing up. We're going to take the end, which was the beginning, so the first chain that we made, and we're going to take our hook and insert it through that first chain. Okay, I'm going to tighten this around the hook just to make sure it's nice and snug. Okay, and then I'm going to pull through, so we're joining it with a slip stitch. There we go. Okay, so going all the way around, we should have the right side facing up. Now that we've joined, go ahead and chain 1, and we won't be working in the exact same stitch that we just did the slip stitch, the join stitch. We're going to start by working in the next stitch, which is this one right here. Okay, so right here. And we're going to be working with half double crochet. So go ahead and yarn over, insert your hook through that next stitch. You should have 2 loops on top, 1 loop on the bottom. Okay, yarn over and pull through. Let's do that again. So yarn over, insert your hook here, so you have 1 loop on the bottom and 1, 2, 1, 2, 2 loops on top. Insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through. So we have 2 half double crochets completed now. And you'll want to keep working all the way around and complete 36 half double crochets. We just completed 36 half double crochets, which leaves us right in front of the slip stitch right here, the slip stitch that we used to join our foundation chain. And we are going to go ahead and join this round. So find your half double crochet, your first one, which is right here. So not the slip stitch, not the chain 1. This space is a chain 1, but right here, that was your first half double crochet. Let's go ahead and insert your hook under those top 2 loops and pull the yarn all the way through, completing a slip stitch. And now we have completed round 1 with a join, with a joining stitch. Okay. So typically if we were working in the round with a seam, we would continue to chain 1 and work in that same stitch as the slip stitch, like that. And then we keep working around. But we are actually going to transition away from that seam. So we're not going to chain 1. So once you join with the slip stitch, instead of chaining 1, go ahead and work a half double crochet in the next stitch. So not the same stitch as the slip stitch, the next stitch, which is right here. Okay, so we now have 1 half double crochet made. Go ahead and use your first stitch marker to mark that spot. Okay, so that was the first half double crochet. And keep working all the way around, round 2, with 1 half double crochet in each stitch until you have 35 half double crochets made, 1 in each stitch all the way around. I just completed 35 half double crochets in the second round, and that leaves us right in front of this joining stitch when we joined in the previous row. We're actually going to go ahead and do 1 half double crochet in that joining stitch, so we'll have 36 half double crochets to complete this row. So now we're in front of our first half double crochet from the previous row, and we had marked it with the stitch marker. And what you're going to do is you're going to make 1 half double crochet in each of the next 20 stitches. So we're not actually going to be completing the entire round, because if you look at the bandana, notice how we have 1 row in the second row, okay? So we don't complete the third row. It stops here, okay? Because now what we're doing, we have the band done. We're going to be doing half, right? So we're going to be working half of a row, and then we're going to be working back and forth from there, okay? So we're going to work to that, a little past that halfway point, which is right around the curve on the side, okay? So right here, and then we stop, turn our work, and start working back and forth. So we're going to work half of a round, and again, to do that, you're going to work 1 half double crochet starting at this first stitch where the stitch marker is. So work 1 half double crochet in each stitch until you have 20 half double crochets made. Now we have 20 half double crochets made, okay? So we started here and we worked 20 half double crochets. So we kind of went around this bend, so it's a little bit of a curve, and then we stopped. So this is where we're at, okay? And this is where we'll end that row and start a new row. So it's an incomplete round, okay? So to do that, chain 1 and turn your work. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do an increase in this next row, and then we'll be doing decreases in all of the remaining rows. So start out with a half double crochet increase. So you'll do 2 half double crochets in that first stitch, okay? So 2, and for this part you'll want to count, and we're going to make 20 half double crochets, but the first and last stitch of the new row will have 2 stitches in it, okay? So we just completed 2, and we're going to complete 1 half double crochet in each of the next stitches until we get to the last stitch, okay? let's count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 done. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so we're at 18 and we want our last stitch to have 2 half double crochets in it, so a half double crochet increase. Okay, so 19, 20. And you'll notice that I didn't actually work all the way up to the stitch marker, and I did that on purpose because if you look at the completed bandana, you look at the side, okay, so we just worked on this row right here. Where we joined on that first round, we want to come up to it, but we don't want to pass it. So to begin the next row, go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work. And we're going to start with a decrease, a half double crochet decrease. Okay, so to do the decrease, yarn over, insert your hook through the first stitch, pull up a loop, insert your hook again through the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all loops on the hook. So we have a successful half double crochet decrease where we took 2 stitches and we made them 1 essentially. Okay, and now we're going to do 1 half double crochet in each stitch until we get to the last 2 stitches. Okay, so on this row, remember we're dropping 2 stitches, so our total number of stitches should be 18. So we have 2, 3, 4, and keep working until you get to the last 2 stitches of this row. We're almost to the end of the row and we have 2 stitches remaining, and we're going to go ahead and finish with a half double crochet decrease. So again, yarn over, insert your hook through that first stitch. Okay, insert through that second stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all loops on the hook. So if you were counting, you should have 18 stitches in this row. Chain 1, turn your work, and we're ready to begin the next row. And we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to start with a decrease, and then we're going to work 1 half double crochet in each of these stitches. So we're at the end of the row, just about. We have 2 remaining stitches. We're going to go ahead and end this row with another decrease. So if you've been counting, you should have 16 stitches. Chain 1, turn. And you're going to keep doing this until we get to the second to the last row, in which we would have 4 stitches. Okay, so we just ended a row with 16 stitches. The next row we complete should have 14. The row after that should have 12, so on and so forth. So again, you're doing the exact same pattern. You're starting with a decrease, you're ending with a decrease, and you're doing 1 half double crochet in each of the stitches between. So we're getting rid of 2 stitches per row evenly, so 1 on both sides. So keep working until you are down to the second to the last row, in which you would have 4 stitches. I kept working okay, with steady, even decreases on each row. And now I'm down to 4 stitches remaining, and I chain 1 and turn, so I'm ready to start my new row. Okay, and we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to do a decrease and another decrease. Okay, so when you get down to your last 4 stitches, you'll do 2 half double crochet decreases, chain 1. Okay, so you have 1, 2 stitches left. Turn, and you'll do the exact same thing to finish. So you'll do 1 half double crochet decrease. Okay, so those last 2 stitches, we're going to join them into 1 stitch, and then that's it. We're done. So take a look at your bandana. Does it look even? And if you ended up with a row with 5 stitches or a different odd number, then somewhere along the way you lost a stitch or gained a stitch. So you just want to make sure you've been counting on each row, and again, you're dropping 2 stitches on each row. At the beginning and the end of each row, you're doing a decrease. So if you did it correct and it looks good, let's go ahead and finish. So you'll fasten off your yarn, and then go ahead and pull up a loop on your hook, but pull all the way through, and you can just go ahead and tighten this. All right, and there you have it. So you just have these 2 ends that you'll want to weave in, so this one and this one. But once you do that, then you'll have a completed bandana. And so this is just the basic bandana, and this is for an extra small dog. So the wider you make your band, the larger you can make it for a bigger dog. But remember, if you make your band larger, the 3rd row that we did, the incomplete row, the half row, that also needs to be larger, wider. So each row would have more stitches than what we just worked. I will have a written pattern available soon that will have the sizing charts that you'll need to make any size that you would like, from extra, extra small, which fits a cat, all the way up to an extra, extra large, which would be for quite a large dog, 20-inch plus neck. So once you have the standard classic bandana, the fun part is you can go ahead and make appliques and sew them on. So right now I've been working on these peep appliques, and these are just adorable. So these are Easter themed. And then, like the ones in the beginning of the video that I showed you, I have, all kinds of fun appliques. And I will be making more videos as well that will show you how to make those appliques. So if you liked today's video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and that way you'll receive notifications when we have new videos out. You can also follow us on Facebook at Scarfs for Rigby, and that's SCARF, ARF. Scarfs for Rigby. And we're also on Instagram at Rigby Rescue, and of course YouTube as well. So feel free to find us, follow us, and if you have any questions, just leave me a comment below. And of course, we'd love to see your work, so feel free to show off a bandana as well. And thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy this fun pattern as much as we do, and I'd love to see your work, so please feel free to show that off or tag us if you end up posting it online.